Battlelands have been drawn indeed. Navran Goswami, thank you very much for joining us this evening and bringing us your perspective on this big development. Right, on to the big story related to the Manipur landslide tragedy now. 2 more bodies have been recovered from the tragedy site at Nonne today. The bodies are yet to be identified by the authorities. However, they are being suspected to be workers from a private company. And with this, the total number of bodies recovered in the disaster so far has gone up to 54, while around 7 persons are still missing. Meanwhile, another review meeting is all set to be held tomorrow to decide on whether to continue the search and rescue operations at the site for a few more days. It needs to be mentioned here that relentless search operations have been underway at Tupul for 13 days now. Yes, indeed, a big update coming in from the site of the tragic landslide in Manipur, with 2 more bodies now having been recovered by the personnel at the site of the disaster in Nonne today. The bodies are yet to be identified by the authorities. However, they are being suspected to be workers from a private company. And with this update, the total number of bodies recovered in the tragedy site so far have gone up to 54, while around 7 persons are still missing. Meanwhile, another review meeting is set to be held tomorrow, which will decide on whether to continue the search and rescue operations at the site for a few more days. It needs to be mentioned here that relentless search operations have been underway at Tupul for 13 days now. All right, coming back to Meghalaya now, Union Minister of State for Petroleum and Natural Gas Rameshwar Teli today said that several departments in Meghalaya are lagging behind when it comes to proper implementation of central schemes in the hill state. Teli said that he held a review meeting earlier in the day in Shillong, where he met officials from as many as 18 departments and reviewed the progress of central schemes such as the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, amongst others. Teli said that the progress of work in several central schemes is running behind schedule and a lot needs to be done in this regard. Listening.
करीब 18 डिपार्टमेंट एक रिव्यू किया गया कि यहाँ प्रधानमंत्री ग्रामीण सड़क योजना का काम किस तरह से चल रहा है, क्योंकि दिल्ली से हम पैसा देते हैं गांव के रास्ता बनाने के लिए। प्रधानमंत्री ग्रामीण सड़क योजना उसको भी रिव्यू किया गया है। प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना का घर किस तरह से बन रहे हैं गांव में या शहर में, उसको भी देखा गया। हमारा प्रधानमंत्री किसान सम्मान निधि का पैसा कितने लोगों को मिल रहा है, इसको भी हम लोग रिव्यू किया। हम प्रधानमंत्री जो फसल बीमा योजना है यह किस तरह से चल रहा है उसका बारे में भी रिव्यू किया है। ऐसे 18 डिपार्टमेंट में हम लोग रिव्यू किए और मैंने देखा कि कहीं कहीं हमें और भी काम करना होगा कुछ डिपार्टमेंट में, क्योंकि सेंट्रल से पैसा आती है और हम चाहते हैं कि मेघालय में समय से खर्चा हो, यूटिलाइजेशन सर्टिफिकेट समय से पहुंचे और काम हो, इसीलिए रिव्यू मीटिंग किया गया।
And talking on the implementation of the Ujjwala scheme in Meghalaya, Teli said that while the coverage under the scheme is around 80 to 90% in the rest of the country, in Meghalaya, however, it is just a little over 60%. Here, Teli said that he has spoken to the DCs and have directed to ensure that more women get the LPG connections under the scheme. He also said here that women must be made aware that they would be getting free LPG gas cylinders under the scheme, and hence it would be beneficial for them.
मुझे जो बताया गया कि मेघालय में ज्यादातर चारों ओर हरियाली है, पेड़ है, तो लोग सोचते हैं कि गैस बनाने से तो पैसा लगता है, तो हम पेड़ से ही गिरे हुए पेड़ को, सूखा पेड़ को ही इकट्ठा करके उससे खाना बनाएंगे जिससे हमारा पैसा बच जाएगा, इसलिए लोग गैस लेते नहीं। लेकिन हम कहना चाहते हैं कि उजाला योजना के तहत हम तो फ्री में देते हैं सिलेंडर बर्नर, वो ले लें और कभी अगर बारिश ज्यादा होता है तो आप उसी से खाना बनाइए और उस दिन हो सकता है आपका लकड़ी भिज गया होगा, जलाना मुश्किल हो सकता है, इसलिए 62% है। इसलिए हम लोग, मेरा यहाँ के जो डिप्टी कमिश्नर उसको कहा कि गांव में जाके थोड़ा अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम करना चाहिए कि गैस लोग फ्री में भारत सरकार की तरफ से दिया गया है।
And meanwhile, Meghalaya BJP Vice President Dipayan Chakravarti downplayed reports of differences between party MLAs AL Hek and Sanbor Shulai. Chakrabarti termed it as an internal matter of the party which can be resolved easily. Cabinet Minister and South Shillong legislator Sanbor Shulai and Pinthor Mukhra MLA AL Hek had a friction of sorts after the incident during NDA presidential candidate Draupadi Murmu's visit to the state recently. Hek has been accused of leaking the incident during which Shulai interrupted State Speaker Methma Lingdo while the Assembly Speaker was speaking.
This is an internal party matters. They have something pain in them. They have revealed it wrongly in the media. But I think it is we can resolve it very easily. I've been telling for a long time that Bahek and Bashandor is part and parcel of the party. They will continue to be with the party, and they are a soldier of the party under the Prime Minister's Narendra Modi's all good works they appreciate. So we will resolve it.
But so, Basanbor's statement, according to his statement, Bahek has been involved in anti-party activities.
No, it's not like that. See, anti-party activities, everyone can or anyone can say, but it has to be proved by the disciplinary committee. I cannot just accuse anyone for being.
And on to the big story from Tripura now. Another instance of political violence has come to the fore in the state, with Congress leaders coming under attack in the Sipahi Jala area this afternoon. The attack took place at an area called Bishramganj when Congress leaders, including former MLA Ashish Kumar Saha, were visiting the place. AICC in charge of Tripura, Sarita Lightflang, was also present at the time of the incident. At least 2 vehicles were damaged in the incident. The Congress has accused the ruling BJP of orchestrating the entire attack.
मैं अभी विशालगंज में हूँ त्रिपुरा में, और यहाँ पे इस बिल्डिंग पे हम लोग अपने कार्यकर्ता की सभा के लिए आए थे, और कुछ ही देर में यहाँ पे बीजेपी के जो गुंडे हैं, आइए मैं आपको दिखाती हूँ। यहाँ जो आगे ये पिंक वाला बिल्डिंग है, ये उनका ऑफिस है, पार्टी ऑफिस है। यहाँ से करीबन 20-30 लोग आए, आकर देखे किस हालत में हमारी गाड़ियों को मारा गया है, गाड़ियों की तोड़फोड़ की गई है। ये एक गाड़ी है, मैं आपको दिखाती हूँ, ये दूसरी गाड़ी है, दूसरे गाड़ी को भी तोड़ा फोड़ा गया है। और सबसे मजे की बात और आश्चर्यजनक की बात यह है कि यहाँ पे पुलिस प्रशासन खड़ी थी और पुलिस प्रशासन ने कुछ नहीं किया। हमें खेद है कि इस तरीके का सरकार है त्रिपुरा में, जहाँ में लोगों को सुरक्षा नहीं दी जाती। यहाँ पे हमने ना किसी से कोई बैर करी, ना किसी से कोई झगड़ा करा, बस हम यहाँ पे अपने पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं के साथ उनके साथ मिलने आए थे और उनसे बात करने आए थे। प्रजातंत्र की हत्या की जा रही है यहाँ पर त्रिपुरा पे, और मैं पूरे त्रिपुरा वासी के लोगों से ये गुहार लगाती हूँ कि इस तरीके का सरकार को आपको उखाड़ फेंकना चाहिए, ना कि ऐसे लोगों पे हमला किया जाए। यहाँ पे हमको मारने के लिए जान से धमकी दी जा रही है। हमने किसी तरीके से हमने अभी पुलिस को बुलाया, डीजीपी को फोन करा, तब जाके थोड़ी सी राहत मिली है, नहीं तो हालत देखिए किस तरीके से हमारी गाड़ियों को तोड़ा गया है।
And we also have reactions coming in of Tripura Congress leaders Sudeep Roy Burman and Ashish Kumar Saha on the incident. Let's listen in.
এই ভারতবর্ষে যদি জঙ্গল রাজের উদাহরণ যদি কোথাও নিদর্শন হয়ে থাকে, সেটা হচ্ছে ত্রিপুরা রাজ্য। এটা যে শুধু কংগ্রেসের উপর আক্রমণ তা না, বিরোধী সমস্ত রাজনৈতিক দলের উপর সারাশি আক্রমণ হানাচ্ছে শাসক গোষ্ঠী। বিজেপির কর্মীরা বিনম্রতার সাথে বলছি, আপনারা দেয়ালের লেখনটা আপনারা বলতে পারছেন। জুলাই মাস তো শেষ, অগস্ট, সেপ্টেম্বর, অক্টোবর, নভেম্বর, ডিসেম্বর, জানুয়ারি, 6 মাস। 6 মাস পর এই সরকার থাকছে না।
বিজেপি পার্টি অফিস থেকে জয় শ্রীরাম ধ্বনি দিতে দিতে লাঠির সোঁটা এবং তাদের হাতে বিভিন্ন মারণাস্ত্র তারা সঙ্গে করে নিয়ে তারা প্রথম এসেই গাড়িতে লোক খুঁজছিল, কাছাকাছি কাউকে খুঁজে পাওয়া যায়নি, কারণ সবাই তখন সবার শেষ করে নিচে নামতে, চারতলা থেকে নামতে খানিকটা সময় লাগছিল। ইনফরমেশনে কোথাও হয়তো গেপ থাকতে পারে।
And shifting focus now, Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee lamented both the BJP government at the center and the state for consistently failing in controlling the price hike of various essential commodities. Talking to the media on Tuesday at State Unit Congress Bhavan, L. Tilotama, Vice President of the MPCC, termed the BJP government, both at the center and the state, as a failed government for not being able to control the continuous price hike of various essential commodities. Listen in.
Government is not stopping in any angle to check the people's interest and harmony. Rather, they were very much happy in increasing the essential commodities price day by day, especially the LPG gas. Recently in January month, it was 1,050 rupees in Manipur. Now the recent increase of 50 rupees has added another 50 rupees and it reached to 1,100. So that is the situation. When they talk, they always talk about sabki saath, sabki bikas, achhi din, and so on and so forth. Should now take a good stand in the interest and in the welfare of the people of Manipur, so that rather this GST should be removed, the burden should be lessened, or the increase in the price should be minimized a little in the interest of the people. The government has to think as early as possible.
And it's time for a short break now. More news and updates to follow on at the other side. Stay tuned.
A university is much more than just a place to get your education. It not only helps you build your career, but also your personality and mindset. At Assam Royal Global University, you will get the most suitable environment to gain knowledge and also grow as a person. The university has the best infrastructure with all the required facilities and best quality equipment for any kind of educational need.
आओ यहाँ बार बार खेलो झूमो कूदो यहाँ मस्ती में बड़े छोटे साथ आओ ऐश करो नाचो गाओ मस्ती में आओ यहाँ बार बार खेलो झूमो कूदो यहाँ मस्ती में
Build your dream at the Assam Royal Global University. Success is not an overnight phenomenon. You need to work hard and go through the grind every day to achieve what you want. Engineer, fashion designer, or someone working in the field of medical science, or the CEO of your own company, you can dream anything and make that happen here at the Assam Royal Global University.
आओ यहाँ बार बार खेलो झूमो कूदो यहाँ मस्ती में बड़े छोटे साथ आओ ऐश करो नाचो गाओ मस्ती में आओ यहाँ बार बार खेलो झूमो कूदो यहाँ मस्ती में
Welcome back, viewers, and on to another big story from the region. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma has stated that the police has already gathered enough evidence against Baidullah Khan, one of the accused in the Vineet Bagaria suicide case. He said that Baidullah is involved in several illegal activities, including illegal money lending, and due action will be taken against him as and when the case progresses.
বদিউল্লাহ খানৰ যিমানখিনি কুস্তি আছে গোটেইখিনি পুলিচে পৰীক্ষা কৰিব। তেওঁ মানি লেন্ডিং বিজনেছতো আছে, সুদত টকা দিয়ে, যিটো আইন মতে দিব নোৱাৰে। আমি যিটো সাধাৰণ ভাষাত কাবুলিয়ালা বুলি কওঁ, তেওঁ তাৰ কাম কৰে, গুণ্ডামি কৰে, অবৈধভাৱে ব্ৰিক ক্লিনিং চলাই আছে গতিকে তেওঁৰ গোটেইখিনি কুস্তি বা গোটেইখিনি তেওঁৰ যিমান জীৱনটোৰ বিষয়ে যিমানখিনি জানিব লাগে গোটেইখিনি পুলিচে ইতিমধ্যে সংগ্ৰহ কৰিছে আৰু আজি যি হৈছে এইটো ফাৰ্ষ্ট ইনষ্টলমেণ্ট বেচিছত চৰকাৰে ব্যৱস্থা লৈ থাকে
And it may be mentioned here that the Dibrugarh District Administration cracked the whip on those accused, taking cognizance to bulldozer justice. As you can see on your screens, authorities today demolished Baidullah Khan's house this morning. And it may be mentioned here that Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma had lambasted the Dibrugarh police for negligence in handling the case. The Dibrugarh police, instead of adhering to Chief Minister Sharma's call for a people-friendly policing, even did not respond to repeated complaints filed by the family of the deceased against the accused. And meanwhile, Special DGP GP Singh also spoke on the eviction and destruction of Baidullah's property. Listen in.
যিমানখিনি বাহুবলী আছে তেওঁলোকৰ য'ত য'ত যি প্ৰপাৰ্টি আছে সেইবোৰ আমি এছেছমেণ্ট কৰিছিলোঁ লোকেল এডমিনিষ্ট্ৰেশ্যনকো লগত লৈছিলোঁ যে তেওঁলোকে যিটো প্ৰপাৰ্টি গঢ়িছে এইখিনি বাহুবলী হিচাপে গঢ়িছে নে তেওঁলোকে নিয়ম অনুসৰি কৰিছে সেইটোত আমি যেতিয়া এনালাইজ কৰিলোঁ ডিষ্ট্ৰিক্ট এডমিনিষ্ট্ৰেশ্যনৰ লগত তেতিয়া দেখিলোঁ যে বহুতখিনি নিয়ম মানি চলা নাছিলে এইটো আনলফুল হিচাপে আমি ডিষ্ট্ৰিক্ট এডমিনিষ্ট্ৰেশ্যনৰ পৰা গম পাইছিলোঁ সেইমতে ডিষ্ট্ৰিক্ট এডমিনিষ্ট্ৰেশ্যনে তেওঁলোকক নোটিছ দিলে নোটিছৰ কোনো সদুত্তৰ নোপোৱাৰ কাৰণে আজি এইটো ডিষ্ট্ৰিক্ট এডমিনিষ্ট্ৰেশ্যনে এভিকশ্যন কৰিছে আৰু আইনগত যিখিনি ব্যৱস্থা ল'ব লাগে সেইটো লৈছে
And GP Singh also said that the accused Baidullah Khan has been found to be involved in illegal money lending as well.
ইনভেষ্টিগেশ্যনত সেইটো চাইছিলোঁ আৰু তেনেকুৱা কিবা বেআইনী কাম আছে যিটোত বৈদুল্লাহ খান নে বৈদুল্লাহ খানৰ নিচিনা আৰু মানুহ কৰি আছে নেকি সেইটোত আমি এনালিচিছ কৰি দেখিছোঁ যে তেওঁলোকে কিছু এটা কাৰ্টেল নিচিনা বনায় বেআইনীভাৱে মানি লেণ্ডিঙৰ বিজনেছো কৰিছে সেই মানি লেণ্ডিঙৰ বিজনেছৰ ওপৰতো আমি চকু দিছোঁ আৰু তেনেকুৱা যদি আমি পাওঁ যে ক'ৰবাত ইলিগেল মানি লেণ্ডিং জোৰ জবৰদস্তি কৰা বুলি আমি দেখা পাওঁ তেতিয়া আমি ফাৰ্দাৰ যিখিনি একশ্যন ল'ব লাগে এইখিনি ল'ম recovery of unlawful money lending is always by force money lending or business or financial hawala transaction or jikhini ami study korisu all over the country ta dekhisu je enekwa jikhini manu money lending kore ne tenekwa business kore eoloke jitu paisa to ekotro kore hei paisa to pray bhag criminal activity nohole anti national activity lagwa hoy so ikhini amar next target hobo je akol baidullah khane nohoy তেওঁৰ লগত জড়িত থকা আৰু মানুহ আৰু তেনেকুৱা আৰু যদি কোনো মানুহ আছে অকল ডিব্ৰুগড় নহয় বাকি বেলেগ জেগাতো যদি আছে ইলিগেল মানি লেণ্ডিঙৰ বিজনেছ কৰি আছে আৰু এই পইচাটো একত্ৰ কৰি তেওঁলোকে যদি ক্ৰিমিনেল এক্টিভিটি নে এণ্টি নেশ্যনেল এক্টিভিটিত লগাই আছে তেতিয়া আমি তেওঁলোকৰ ওপৰত কঠোৰ শাস্তি ব্যৱস্থা কৰিম
And meanwhile, DGP Bhaskar Jyoti Mahanta also came out in defense of Assam police in the Dibrugarh suicide case. Talking on the matter, DGP Mahanta said that this is a one-off incident and does not reflect the overall failure of the police. He said that barring the one such incident, the police has helped many people in such cases. He also said that police was not the reason behind the depression of the victim, which ultimately led to his suicide. He, however, said that such an incident must not happen again and the police must ensure that. And meanwhile, Northeast Live caught up with Vineet Bagaria's father, who welcomed the bulldozing of the main accused's house, but also said that strict action must be taken against others who are also responsible for the suicide of his son. He also blamed the Dibrugarh police for the incident. The victim's family, however, thanked Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma for prompt action in the case.
मेरा सरकार से यही कहना है कि आप जो एक्यूज्ड है उनको उनके लिए जो कर रहे हैं करिए लेकिन जो उस एक्यूज्ड के पहले उनसे ज्यादा बड़े एक्यूज्ड है उनके ऊपर में भी पहले आप एक्शन लीजिए उसके बाद में उन पर तो करना ही आपको कार्रवाई मुख्यमंत्री साहब के लिए तो मैं सिर्फ इतना ही कहना चाहूंगा कि वो भगवान है इस धरती में वो भगवान के रूप में आए हैं और हम लोग जैसे आदमी गरीब आदमी लोग के घर में भी वो आए हैं इतना समय दिए हैं और अपने एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की तरफ से 3 बार उन्होंने माफी मांगी और वो बहुत शर्मिंदा हुए बहुत ही ज्यादा शर्मिंदा हुए और वो जो कुछ भी उन्होंने कहा और उन्होंने जो एसपी और डीसी साहब को भी मेरे सामने और जो भी यहाँ में मेहमान बैठे हुए थे उनके सामने में उनको कहा, शायद मैं अपने घर के नौकर को भी वैसी बात नहीं कर सकता जैसी बात उन्होंने उनको कही पब्लिकली। तो वो बहुत ही तकलीफ में थे कि उनका एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन उनके राज्य में उनके शासनकाल में 1 साल के इस तरह की घटना हुई, उससे वो बहुत ज्यादा शर्मिंदगी महसूस कर रहे थे। उनसे मुझे कोई गिला शिकवा नहीं है।
And DGP Bhaskar Jyoti Mohanto came out in defense of Assam police in the Dibrugarh suicide case. Talking on the matter, DGP Mohanto said that this is a one-off incident and does not reflect the overall failure of the police. Mohanto also said that barring one such incident, the police have helped many people in such cases. He also said that the police was not the one responsible for the depression of the victim, which ultimately led to his suicide. He, however, also added that such an incident must not happen again and police must ensure that.
যিকোনো জেগাতে এনেকুৱা ঘটনা হৈছে, বহুত জেগাতে হৈছে, পুলিচে মাতি আনিছে, কেতিয়াবা এইটো ঘটনা এটা ব্যতিক্ৰম হৈ পৰিলে, এনেকুৱা ঘটনা এটা হৈ গ'ল। এনেকুৱা ঘটনাবোৰ বা কেতিয়াবা কাজিয়া হয়, কোনোবা এজন অলপ মানে ডিপ্ৰেশ্যনলৈ গুচি যায়, এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ ঘটনা হয়। তাত পুলিচে বহুত ঘটনাত ৰোধো কৰিছে। এটা ঘটনাত ডিব্ৰুগড় পুলিচে কামটো কৰিছিলে, কিন্তু ডিপ্ৰেশ্যনৰ কাৰণটো পুলিচ নাছিলে তাৰমানে। গতিকে যায় কি নহওক, এনেকুৱা ঘটনা যাতে পুনৰাবৃত্তি নহয়, অসম পুলিচ তাৰ কাৰণে যত্নপৰ হ'ব।
And shifting focus now, after Draupadi Murmu, now the opposition presidential candidate is all set to visit Assam. Yashwant Sinha will be arriving in Assam, where he will be reaching out to political parties to support him in the presidential elections. In this regard, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma has said that Sinha is always welcome in Assam. He said that the opposition candidate also has every right to visit the state. He further added that the ruling BJP has no problem if a candidate of the opposition camp visits Assam for campaigning.
অপজিশনৰ কেণ্ডিডেট গৰাকী নিশ্চয় অহা উচিত আৰু ডেমক্ৰেচিত সকলোৱে নিজৰ কথা কোৱা উচিত আৰু মই ভাবো তাক লৈ আমাৰ বিশেষ কোনো কমেন্ট কৰিবলগীয়া বা আপত্তি কৰিবলগীয়া একো নাই শান্তিপূৰ্ণভাৱে ধুনীয়াকৈ 18 তাৰিখে নিৰ্বাচন হৈ যাব 21 তাৰিখে ৰিজাল্ট দিব
And while reeling from the flood situation that has devastated Silchar in Assam, attention prevails over the spread of post-flood diseases in the town. As a preventive measure, Silchar MLA Dipan Chakraborty, following the instruction of Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma, started garbage removal and segregated the 28 wards of the town into 3 zones along with his team. Furthermore, the MLA himself monitored the process to ensure that the work is carried out smoothly. MLA Dipan Chakraborty, speaking to Northeast Live, said that the effort was to contain the post-flood disease and ensure that people remain safe. Chakraborty further said that after covering the town areas, the village areas will also be covered, and added that as per the instruction of Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma, health camps are also being set up in many places and it will be continued.
फिलहाल सिलचर 28 वार्ड में हम लोग 3 जोन में काम कर रहे हैं तो टोटल 28 वार्ड में हम लोग 3 जोन में काम कर रहे हैं आज सुबह से 7 दिन के लिए एक स्पेशल ड्राइव हम लोग ने सोचा है कि 7 दिन नहीं चाहिए हम लोग को 3-4 दिन होने के बाद ही ये कचरा निकल जाएगा फिर हम लोग ड्राइव करेंगे कि जितने सारे ड्रेन्स एंड खाल्स है इसमें काफी सारे मतलब ये कचरा जमा हुआ है इसको कैसे क्लियर करें ये हम लोग एक प्लानिंग करके कर सकेंगे शहरांचल का आसपास जो गांवांचल है जिसमें अभी पानी नहीं है इसमें सारे वार्ड की जैसे हम लोग ब्लीचिंग एंड लाइम हम लोग स्प्रेड कर रहे हैं हम लोग हेल्थ कैंप स्टार्ट किया हूँ जोन वाइज तो हेल्थ कैंप जारी रहेंगे मेरे ख्याल से अभी तक जितना हम लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं इतना बीमारियां फैलेंगे बोल के मुझे आशा नहीं
It's just 22 days back when the entire Assam, the Barak Valley has witnessed the wrath of nature. It has affected many lives, many households, many houses got damaged, many person lost their life. And after the effect was this. We are seeing from past many days, this cleanliness drive has been started. The after effect is the great wealth that is the health. To confirm that, the cleanliness drive has also been started along with the other works. Many medical camps have been started. Now, as per the CM's order, MLA Silchar has started the drive of cleanliness in each and every area. We'll know from him like which are the points he have selected and what are the nodal points. And our video journalist Nirmal Malakar is showing you the laborers that working here to clear up the garbages first, because this give a bond to the bacteria, the virus that affect the people's life.
And on to the big national focus now. In a massive infra push, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated developmental projects worth rupees 16,835 crore, including the rupees 400 crore Deoghar Airport in Jharkhand today. Prime Minister Modi inaugurated the projects during a special program, which was also attended by Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren. During the visit, Prime Minister Modi also dedicated to the nation the All India Institute of Medical Sciences Deoghar, which has come up at a cost of rupees 1,100 crore.
बाबा बैद्यनाथ के आशीर्वाद से आज 16,000 करोड़ रुपए से अधिक के प्रोजेक्ट्स का लोकार्पण और शिलान्यास हुआ है। इनसे झारखंड के आधुनिक कनेक्टिविटी, ऊर्जा, स्वास्थ्य, आस्था और पर्यटन को बहुत अधिक बल मिलने वाला है। हम सभी ने देवघर एयरपोर्ट को और देवघर एम्स, इसका सपना लंबे समय से देखा है। ये सपना भी अब साकार हो रहा है। साथियों, इन प्रोजेक्ट से झारखंड के लाखों लोगों का जीवन तो आसान होगा ही, व्यापार कारोबार के लिए, टूरिज्म के लिए, रोजगार स्वरोजगार के लिए भी अनेक नए अवसर बनेंगे। विकास की इन सभी परियोजनाओं के लिए मैं सभी झारखंड वासियों को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं, अनेक अनेक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं।
Notably, the Deoghar Airport will provide direct connectivity to Baidyanath Dham, a religious destination thronged by lakhs of pilgrims from across the country every single year. Moving on now, monsoon mayhem has wreaked havoc in Gujarat. Heavy downpours since the past several days has inundated many places in the state, throwing normal life out of gear. The situation in Navsari has deteriorated further, with locals reeling under severe panic. Take a look.
हाँ, ऐसा तो जो पानी जो आने वाला था उससे सबसे बहुत ज़्यादा आ गया है, लेकिन यहाँ जो प्रशासन से जो प्रक्रिया है उसकी तरफ से वो जो मामलतदार कलेक्टर और सब लोग आके जो यहाँ के जो एकदम जो असरग्रस्त विस्तार है उधर के सब जो पब्लिक लोग है उसको सबको निकाल के सही जगह भेज दिया है। उसके हिसाब से अच्छी तरह से की इन लोगों की प्रक्रिया है।
ये जो पानी मतलब ये जो आया पूर बाढ़ आई है, कितनी साल बाद देखने को मिली है? क्या
ये 2004 में ऐसा आया था और उसके बाद ये अभी आया है।
अलर्ट में पहले तो नगर पालिका की टीम आई थी और अलर्ट करके गई थी कि पानी बहुत ज़्यादा ऊपरवास में बारिश बहुत हो रही है और बाढ़ आने की पूरी संभावना है और पानी भी बहुत आएगा तो घर में सबके घर में आ जाएंगे पानी, तो उसकी वजह से सबको दिक्कतें होगी। इसीलिए पहले से ही सबको पहले अलर्ट कर दिया था।
2004 में ऐसी आई थी रेल, तभी भी सबको बहुत परेशानी हुई थी। सब एपीएमसी मार्केट में भी पानी आ गया था, मेरी शॉप है उधर भी नीचे पानी आ गया था। और
And well, it's not just Gujarat. People in Mumbai also woke up to heavy rainfall this morning, leaving many parts of the city waterlogged. Meanwhile, reports are coming in that 2 persons were injured after a wall of a 2-story building collapsed in Nanapet area of Pune. The IMD has issued orange alert for Mumbai till the 14th of July. Meanwhile, moderate to heavy rainfall has also been predicted in most parts of Maharashtra for the next 24 hours. And on to the big story related to the Naga peace talks. The Naga Ho-Ho has called for unity amongst tribes and groups, besides requesting groups and civil society organizations to avoid further counter-press statements targeting each other. Naga Ho-Ho leader Elu Endang urged the Naga groups to sit across the table and trace out the differences to bring about a lasting political solution. The Naga Ho-Ho said, and I quote, "The rambling noises emanating from our own land are polarizing the Naga social fabric and created an environment of fear and uncertainty, especially to the younger generations. The young Nagas today deserve a peaceful environment to grow and progress in line with the rest of the world," unquote.
There have been lots of negativity that is taking place in the Naga society. There have been lots of fictitious statements from various quarters. We are worried because this groupism, tribalism, regionalism will not bring about a lasting, permanent solution to the Naga political issue. Rather, it will damage the society. We are appealing to all sections of the society, of all the ages and professions, to rise above all negativity and come together collectively to resolve the Naga political issue. There have been lots of statements from various political groups for and against, counter statements every now and then. This is not healthy for a society like the Nagas. We want and we wish that the Naga political groups restrain from making counter attacks over medias, but find a way out to sit across the table and resolve the differences, which will be in the best interest of the Naga people. We want and we wish to let our younger generation, the young Nagas, to have a peaceful future. And to do so, the Naga political groups, the Naga civil societies, the Naga public must come together.
All right, coming back to the big story from Meghalaya, battle lines have been drawn in the hill state in the run-up to the crucial assembly elections next year. Making one of the key agendas for the polls clear, Leader of Opposition and former Chief Minister Mukul Sangma stated that the Trinamool Congress will scrap the border agreement between Assam and Meghalaya if voted to power. Mukul Sangma, who was attending a party program at Rongjeng, said that the current border agreement is an imposition of what is unacceptable to the people of the hill state, and hence it needs to be undone. While Mukul Sangma has been extremely critical of the agreement signed between Assam and Meghalaya to resolve the dispute in as many as 6 areas of difference, this is the first time that he has made it into an election issue.
Is between the two governments. This is not in sync with the expected line of agreement which should have been arrived between the two states. In other words, what I'm saying is that whatever has been arrived in the bilateral discussion and the subsequent agreement and the subsequent signing of the MOU is not acceptable to the people of the state. Now, if you again connect yourself with the actual genesis of these areas of difference in respect to the areas of difference along the Assam-Meghalaya border, it is precisely because people did not accept. Now, when people are not accepting it, and this is completely evident before everybody, why are we trying to impose upon our people what is not acceptable to our people? Therefore, for us, it is incumbent as politicians and members of a political party to see that we defend our people, and what is not accepted to the people or by the people is considered as unacceptable, and therefore we stand committed to see that this is undone if we are voted to power, and we will fight to see that we are there to get it undone.
And Mukul Sangma also added that the map available as per the revenue records cannot be redrawn within such a short span of time. Sangma also expressed reservations over the way the agreement was made.
Understand, that's the reason why I'm saying the complexities associated. That means when you're talking about the map, which map are you referring to? The map which is available as revenue, as per the revenue records. The map which has been notified from time to time. We refer back to 1911, 1912. So this is not something which you can just, personally draw and then say that, oh, this is your map. Revenue records cannot be redrawn immediately by anybody. So that's why they have to understand. If you look at the map, you will see all those indicated villages which fall under the areas of difference. They fall within the boundary in as far as the boundary indicated by as per the notification of 1911 in United Khasis and Chas district, not in Kamrup. So what is then in Kamrup will be with Assam, because Kamrup does not become part of Meghalaya after the creation of the state of Meghalaya. So what is in Kamrup will be in Assam, but what is not in Kamrup, what is in United Khasis and Chas district will be in Khasis and Chas district, therefore in Meghalaya. It's a simple thing, and that is the map we are referring to. This is not a map which you can draw immediately or Mukul Sangma can draw. You see, these are revenue records of the then British time. And these are the basis.
And significantly, Mukul Sangma also claimed that tribal people are being harassed in certain border areas along the Assam border. He slammed the Conrad Sangma-led state government in Meghalaya for not protecting the people of the state.
I was informed that some instances of alleged atrocities are taking place against the residents of our people along the Meghalaya-Assam border. In spite of the repeated concern being expressed by the affected people of the state, including the political parties, the government seems to have forgotten their responsibility towards protecting our own people.
And now to some other news now. A free medical health checkup camp was organized today for students of Dirang subdivision in West Kameng district of Arunachal Pradesh. The camp was organized by the 4th Battalion of Indo-Tibetan Border Police or ITBP under the supervision of Commandant Thodam Sanamatum Mangang. Hundreds of students from dozens of schools of Dirang subdivision were benefited from the camp. Furthermore, free COVID vaccines were also given to the students. And besides, COVID-19 awareness was also raised during the camp to educate the students, and free sanitizers and masks were also distributed amongst the students. And staying with Arunachal now, the 6th Assam Rifles, in collaboration with the Tirap District Administration, today celebrated World Paper Bag Day. The event was held in conjunction with Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, commemorating 75 years of independence at Khonsa Bazar in Arunachal Pradesh. An awareness drive was also organized to celebrate the day with the theme Stop Single-Use Plastics, to encourage the use of paper bags as an alternative to plastic bags. And during the event, the attendees were also educated on the latest Government of India policy to ban the use of certain items under single-use plastics category, effective since the 1st of July. Over 120 shopkeepers of Khonsa Bazar, along with Bazar President, Secretary, Circle and other officials of Tirap District Administration attended the event. And besides, the locals of Khonsa voluntarily carried out a cleanliness drive in the market area to show their support towards saving the environment and also in making plastic ban policy by the Government of India a success in Tirap District.
Consumers need to become responsible. में इफेक्ट करना शुरू कर रहा है तो हम लोग को उसका यूज रिड्यूस करना चाहिए ना. पानी बोतल ले जाओ जो 10-20 साल चलेगा, ना कि एक प्लास्टिक बोतल जो आप एक बार पिया 20 रुपया में खरीद के. और एंड स्पेशली टू द डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन जो हम लोग आज अवेयरनेस कैंपेन कर रहे हैं. इट्स लाइक अरुणाचल स्टेट इज अ ग्रीन स्टेट, बट देन पोल्यूशन एनीवेयर इज पोल्यूशन एवरीवेयर. So before कि they always say prevention is better than cure. Before कि यहाँ pollution शुरू हो, we have to start generating this awareness to the public so that single-use plastics are banned. And then ये जो policy है district administration की तरफ से this will be like indefinite. We'll always have a centralized checking along with the Konsa Bazar committee as well. कि यहाँ में जो शॉपकीपर्स है वो लोग को भी सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक सेल नहीं करना है. डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ने भी ये जारी किया है नोटिस कि जो भी इसको नॉन कंप्लायंस करेगा उनका लाइसेंस सीज किया जाएगा.
And on to some other news now. Indian WWE superstar, the Great Khali, grabbed headlines for all the wrong reasons today after a video emerged of him getting into a quarrel with workers at a toll plaza. The undated video of the incident has gone viral on social media. As per reports, a toll worker has accused the former WWE superstar of slapping him when he asked him to show his identity proof. In the undated video, which has now gone viral, the Great Khali is alleging that the toll workers were blackmailing him when the toll workers alleged that he slapped one of them in a fit of rage. The toll workers could also be heard asking him to show his ID card. The toll plaza workers could be seen surrounding his vehicle, breaking into an argument. The video further shows barricades being placed to stop the Great Khali's car from moving ahead. When a police official tries to intervene and understand the situation, both toll plaza workers and Khali could be seen telling him their own versions of the incident. The barricades were removed for Khali's car to steer ahead, but when a toll plaza worker tried to put the barricade back again, Khali stopped him and walked towards his car. Take a look. A police station and filed a police complaint against the toll plaza workers.
वो कल एक मिसबिहेव करा टूल टैक्स के मुलाजिम ने. वो एक बहुत ही मतलब कितना अवॉइड बंदा करे. मैं पहले तो सोचा, मैं कहा छोड़ो कोई बात नहीं, मैंने कहा जो भी हो छोड़ो, मैंने कहा कोई नहीं, क्योंकि मैं नहीं चाहता था कि उनसे उनकी बात का रिएक्शन दूं. पर लेकिन उसने जो सोशल मीडिया पे डाला, वो जैसे बोलता ना कि एक हीरो बनने के चक्कर पे किसी को गाली गलौज देना मेरे को नहीं लगता कि ठीक है. मैंने कैसे कैसे कंट्रोल किया अपने आप को, कैसे कैसे कंट्रोल किया. जैसे उल्टी सीधी गालियां दे रहा था, अगर कोई दूसरा सेलिब्रिटी होता, उसकी कोशिश शायद यही थी कि भी ये मतलब एक गुस्से होए और हमारे पे कोई अटैक करे या गाली गलौज करे. आपने भी देखा था कि भाई मेरी मुंह से एक भी कोई गाली नहीं निकली. और ये कौन सी धमकी होगी कि अगर फोटो नहीं खिंचाएंगे तो हम तेरे को जाने नहीं देंगे. तो वहां से हमारा विवाद शुरू हुआ है और मतलब उसी बात पे मतलब कि भी तेरे को हम जाने नहीं देंगे या फोटो खिंचाओ. ये कौन सी बदमाशी है. टोल दा मुंडा है, वो जैसे बोलता है ना कि भी मतलब हीरो बनने के चक्कर पे कि गाली दे के मैं हीरो बन जाऊंगा. तो ऐसा मतलब ना ये बहुत चीफ हरकत है. ये चीफ हरकत है, ऐसी नहीं करनी चाहिए. और उनको मेरी प्रशासन से ये की रिक्वेस्ट है, ऐसा जो गुंडेगर्दी है, गुंडे बदमाशी करते हैं, उनको सख्त सजा दे.
आज एक कंप्लेंट दिलीप राणा जी जो ग्रेट खली के नाम से जाने जाते हैं, इन्होंने एक कंप्लेंट दी है कमिश्नरेट में. तो वो जो कंप्लेंट है वो आगे मार्क की गई है फॉर इन्वेस्टिगेशंस. तो उसके आधार के ऊपर जो भी वीडियोग्राफी या जो भी वहाँ पे फुटेजेस अवेलेबल होंगी या जो भी एविडेंस वहाँ पे सामने आएगी, उसके आधार के ऊपर जो भी कानूनी कार्रवाई बनती है या जो भी कार्रवाई बनती है वो की जाए.
सर कंप्लेंट क्या दी गई है?
इन्होंने यही कंप्लेंट दी है कि मेरे साथ वहाँ पे कल 9 बजे सुबह जब ये जालंधर से करनाल की तरफ जा रहे थे, तब इनके साथ टोल प्लाजा के ऊपर कुछ मुलाजिमों ने जो हैं उन्होंने बदतमीजी करी है, उसके रिगार्डिंग.
And on to the big international focus now. With the Sri Lanka economic crisis deepening further, bicycles have now become the top choice for the citizens of the island nation as the country is reeling under a mid-fuel shortage in the country. People were seen thronging bicycle stores to pick up their best choice. Take a look.
Why you are at cycle store? I came to get a tire for my bicycle, which is at home actually. It got a puncture, so I came to get a tire for my cycle right now. Because the reason I started cycling is due to the current economic situation in the country, and we really can't afford to get petrol, and we have no time to stay in the queues. And sometimes staying in the queue is not going to assure us petrol as well. So right now I see cycling as the best option. So currently I am cycling.
How many cycles do you have in the home?
I have two, this one and my other one. So my other one I use it for my daily use. This one on and off I ride it.
So are you going to office or your workplace?
Yes, I cycle to my workplace as well, which is probably like almost 8 to 10 kilometers from my place.
So it is true that you are experiencing more Sri Lankans are cycling instead of getting car and.
Yes, since the crisis has begun in Sri Lanka, there are a lot of people who have actually switched to public transport and now bicycles as well. If you take the Sampath Bank, they have initiated this cycle to work program or something of theirs. So currently, I see a lot of people cycling right now.
What's your name?
I'm Lachlan.
And what you do?
I am into HR, Human Resource Management.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All right, coming back to the region now, Sikkim Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamang has reacted on the issue of graft charges against Chief Secretary S.C. Gupta. Talking on the demand for removal of Gupta from his post, Chief Minister Tamang said that the matter is being investigated and he cannot be branded as guilty until concrete proof is found against him. Chief Minister Tamang said here that the Vigilance Commission is conducting a probe against S.C. Gupta and all should wait for the probe to reach its conclusion. Reacting to the calls of Gupta's removal, Chief Minister Tamang said that even if the agitators have no faith in the probe, they can approach the Sikkim High Court via a PIL. The Sikkim Chief Minister said here that unless there is a court verdict, the call for Gupta's removal is nothing more than just a political gimmick.
हामी कुनै पनि दोषीलाई त्यति बेलासम्म दोषी भन्न सक्दैनौं कसैले औला उठाएर यो दोषी हो चोर भन्यो भन्दा मलाई चोर गर्न मिल्दैन उसको प्रमाण हुनुपर्छ हामी छानबिन गर्दैछौं भिजिलेन्स डिपार्टमेन्टले छानबिन गर्दैछ भिजिलेन्सलाई टाइम लाग्छ भोलि दोषी पायो भने पक्का सजाय पाउँछ पक्का हो हामी चेप्ने होइन तर जबसम्म प्रमाण हुँदैन तबसम्म हामी कुनै पनि निर्दोष मान्छेलाई दोषी भन्नु मिल्दैन.
And with that, we've come to the end of our news bulletin. Stay tuned to Northeast Live for more news and updates. Thank you for watching.
जाएंगे हम वहां जहां की हर खबर छुप जाती है और दिखाएंगे वो